Update 45, of course, means Rollis has some new things for us, as well as the dungeon achievement. Furnishing vendor, shall we see what they've got? Hello, it's Izzy. That's right, back again to see what Rollis and Faustina have for us this time. So, as usual, in the quarter 1 update, Rollis gets some new bits and pieces. So, we're going to have this time around the Colovian wine press, always useful. Especially if you are making a Colovian winery, of which there are options to do so. And I love the fact that they add more themed furnishings within the game. I think that's fabulous. The Colovian grape that large is in fact very large, very deep, positively dangerous, but you could absolutely sort of set it within the ground. You don't have to have it this big. But do keep in mind, turning this upside down actually makes a really nice circular wooden platform. Very practical, so this one's probably a yes from me. We have the Alien window turquoise glass, so an actual full craftable Alien. It says it's a window, but you know, is it? There is an antiquity furnishing that drops from treasure map leads in the West Weald that is not craftable and has no... You can't find 3 of them and then purchase them from the antiquity vendor, from the housing vendor. So this is good because apart from that single big other window, this is the only other way to get something like that. So thank goodness there's a craftable version. We also have the Dawnwood Hut partial. So good. And yes, it does fit properly over top of that mossy platform that I showed you in a previous video. The two together will make a complete little hut. I will take you and show you what this looks like in a minute. Then we've got the Wood Elf tent sapling. It is quite large. That's yeah, that's fine. We have an Alien sconce. It's not overly bright, as you can see. It doesn't really have much of an effect, but the wings are really interesting. So I suspect that we will see this in cobbles rather than just as a floor lamp. Though it'll look quite nice as a floor lamp. I mean, it'll be fine. And then we also have the Guardian Key Replica, which I've been informed and had forgotten that this is the key that you use to open these scribing doors. One of these is the thing that floats around that you find as you're doing the scribing. I'd completely forgotten, but the back is very interesting, so I expect to see this also in quite a number of cobbles. Okay, let's see what Faustina has for us. Okay, so as usual, last 6 months worth of gold recipes have been moved to Faustina, and now they are 100 writ points instead of 125. The previous set that she had has been wrapped up into a bundle that you can also buy from here as well, into a folio. But apart from that, as you can see, some of these previous ones are here. If you haven't purchased them yet, now would be the time. Now, the other thing that she has, which is extremely exciting, are the West Weald Master Furnishing Documents and the Journeyman Furnishing Documents. So these contain all of the West Weald furnishing plans, apart from, one would assume, probably not the Lucent furnishing plans that drop from the Miramore incursions, and not the Alien furnishing plans that are dropping from doing scrying. So those two won't be in here, but all the standard ones that can appear in containers in the zone, they will be in these two portfolios. So if you're missing any of those, you can save up and use your writs to buy some of these. Now let's go take a look at the dungeon achievement vendor. Now, why did I start doing dungeons? I started doing dungeons to get housing furnishings. Of course, naturally. Now, we actually have 3 in here, even though there are only 2 dungeons. One is the Exiled Redoubt Banner, and it is spectacular. It's a really, really great banner. You'll see this banner proudly displayed, prominently displayed throughout the Exiled Redoubt dungeon. And then we also have, where's the second one? Took me a minute. The Redguard sailing boat. Oh, so good. So this is a sailing boat that you can get for your house, and you don't need to do an hours long, like days long fishing challenge. You don't need to run a veteran level trial. You don't need to do... The other boat is not too bad. It's from doing the World Boss dailies over in Blackwood. But this one, all you need to do is a normal dungeon. Admittedly, a moderately challenging normal dungeon, which will give you the lead for this very, very nice boat. It's a good size. It's lovely. We'll go take a look at that as well. As you can see, here is our Dawnwood hut, perched perfectly on top of the Dawnwood platform. It really is kind of wonderful. It also makes me think of creatures and monsters, and I think this would make a fantastic head of some sort of beastie or person. I'm really interested to see what people do with this Dawnwood hut. I think it will be fantastic. There's a Druid's Bridge as well from previous Rollis Hlaalu patterns. Combined with that, we could just see some really, really interesting builds. And this is the ship. As you can see, perfect size. Actually big enough to perhaps, you know, maybe turn into a little houseboat. You can actually put a bit of, you know, some things on here. You could possibly put 2 side by side and turn it into a catamaran. You've got options with this. The one thing I would say that is missing off this boat that's kind of crucial is a tiller. There's actually no way to steer this boat. So if you're, it's just something to keep in mind, that if you're building with this boat, you might want to cobble on a tiller, because how do you steer this otherwise? Just is absolutely something that's required. You need a tiller on a boat. But anyway, that's fine. It's a very nice boat. It's good. I'm so pleased that there is an additional boat in the game as well. But what do you think about all of the new furnishings from Rollis and Faustina, and the dungeon achievement finisher whose name I don't know or remember, which seems rude. Perhaps I should learn her name. That's okay. I like them a lot. I think they're really, really cool. Always here for something that's structural, always here for something that can be cobbled into other things. So I'm really pleased with how beautiful and decorative and useful they are. Wait, we missed one. Let's go back and see what that third mysterious one was. Let's have a look. I missed one, and I forgot to show it to you. It's this. So this is the Replica Soul Reaper, and this is unlocked when you do the prologue quest. So does that mean from now on we get furnishings with prologue quests? I am here for it. So this bag of bones really does cool stuff when you activate it. We get a really interesting, almost like a blue laser-like light. We get great glowing. We get really cool skeletons. We get really interesting bones. This could be cobbled into something super funky. Or, honestly, you could set this below other things and just have the light beam You could do all sorts of things with this. And the other thing I really appreciate is when you deactivate it, it doesn't just reset its state back to nothing, which some of the older furnishings do. It actually has a very quick, but an actual animation that takes you from up into down. Good. Thank you. I really think that that was something missing from a couple of the other, like, much older ones as they assemble themselves, and then you deactivate it, it's like, it's just a complete reset, which is like, oh, no, we need things to go up and then down. So I think this is wonderful. But yeah, are you going to use any of these in any of your builds? Is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to finding? Going to spend all of your RITs, your RIT points, RIT credits, RIT currency at Rollis Hlaalu? Too many currencies? Maybe. But as I said, thank you for joining me here on YouTube. You can also come find me over at twitch.tv/ICYIC, where I am a lot more than YouTube. I'll be there 4 days a week, and I would love to see you. And I have giveaways, and you should come get those giveaways. But thank you for joining me. Do check out the playlist for more videos about Update 45, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.